And welcome back everyone to a new video of mine. Today this one is going to be a very special episode. Originally this one was planned as a 100 subscriber special, but I was a little bit late to the party and I thought I had much more time than I actually did. This is more like a 150 subscriber special. I don't know, because as of today I do have already have 140 subscribers, but this video will come out in 3 weeks. Yeah, I guess in 3 weeks. So there is still a lot of time, and this could also be a 150 or even 200 subscribers video. So this one is for you, no matter how many you are at the moment. This one is just a little thank you from me, from my side, for you, for all that you have done for me, and for your kindness, and for your comments, and for your likes, and everything that you, well, gave to me in the last few weeks, because it's not even that long ago that I started this channel, and I hope you like it. This video will have 3 main parts and 2, well, special breaks. Let's say it like that. I'm not going to tell you what it is going to be. I'm just going to tell you that those of you who have found this video as the first video of my channel and do not know the show Doctor Who, in those breaks there will be spoilers for Doctor Who Series 1. So be aware of that. If I remember, I will put timestamps in there. I don't even know how to do that yet, but maybe I'm going to find out if I remember. So you guys are safe. And if you found this video and you do like Doctor Who, perfect. Because on my channel, you can find the whole series 1. But I've only seen 1 series so far, but there are going to be the other episodes, of course. So without further ado, we're going to get into this video. And as you have already read from the title, this one is about my favorite shows. I just wanted to give you all an insight into my little world of series that I love to watch, because I love watching many of them. I'm a big fan of TV shows. And we are going to start right now. First 2 parts of the videos will contain the shows that I do really like, and the 3rd part is going to be the part where I'll tell you about my favorite TV shows of all time, starting with the first 5 TV shows that I really like. The first show's name is Community, and I think that many of you already do know this show. It was running from 2009 to 2015, but it's a pretty well-known show, I guess. The show is a comedy show, and it's about a community college. It's about a group of people going through that community college, and they spend so much time together in this one room in the middle of the school, and sit around the table, talk to each other, and do funny stuff. I mean, they're not always sitting on the table, but that's their main meeting point in the school. And they go through so much fun stuff. This show is incredible with its humor. It's really exceptional. I have not seen anything like this before. And it's also a show for nerds. So if you are into computer games, into pop culture, into movies and TV shows, this one might be for you too. There's a lot of references that happened in the television world, in the movie world, in the computer world, but each character is very special in what he's doing or how he's behaving. There are very different characters, and I do have some scenes for you guys to, if you don't know the show, get into the kind of setting that the show puts you into. So maybe you can guess whether this is something for you or not.
I'll have to make some adjustments to my film. Jeff, I think you should play the role of my father. I don't want to be your father.
That's perfect. You already know your lines.
I'm saying you're a football player. It's in your blood.
That's racist.
Your soul.
That's racist.
Your eyes.
That's gay.
That's homophobic.
That's black.
That's racist.
Damn.
What? No! No!
Bring the boom amidship.
No! No!
What in God's name have we done?
We need to redo these.
We printed 5,000.
We'll print 5,000 more. I'm trying to save the planet here.
Off of me, you little brat! I'm a brat!
Now this is why I came to America.
That show is so funny. I really like it. And if you did like those short scenes, maybe this could be something for you too. Okay, let's get to the second show. This one is not as funny. It's more like a serious show, but it's also a really good one. And it's also a common show, so maybe many of you do know this show too already. It's called The Blacklist, and I love it. At the moment you can watch this on Netflix, and by the way, I forgot to say Community is also watchable on Netflix right now. Back to The Blacklist. This show started in 2013 and has 9 seasons at the moment. Season 9 is running at the moment. So I don't know if this 9th season will be the end of the show or not. We'll have to wait and see. It's a thriller and drama series, so it's more on the serious side. And in the main role, there's James Spader as Raymond Reddington. With this show, there's a little warning: don't Google anything about it before, or watch any trailers or stuff before you go into the show, because this show builds up on their secrets that they are first building up and then piece by piece unpuzzling the situation. And there will be new puzzles on top of the already solved puzzles. So there are many things that you can spoil yourself about the show, so don't look into it. It's about Raymond Reddington. Raymond Reddington is a criminal, but he's not the usual criminal. He's one with much power and he knows how to do stuff. And one day he just does something very unusual for him. I can't tell you what it is, but this is something that no other criminal would ever do. So you start to think, why does he do this? Does he have a reason behind that? And he does. I can tell you that. That's the first part of the first puzzle. The show itself has kind of a bigger story behind everything, because as we go on in the seasons, we are like evolving with the story of Raymond Reddington and what is the secret of his person and of other people surrounding him. There is so much stuff happening and the tension is rising throughout the seasons that it's just insane in certain episodes. I really, really liked this show. And if you are into thriller-like stuff, then this show might be for you. Show number 3. This one is also a Netflix show, and it's also a Netflix original. And it's called, in the original title on Netflix, Casa de Papel, which translates to House of Money. And I think most of you do already know this show because it was a really big hit on Netflix. It has 5 seasons. Not all of them aired yet. There are still some episodes to go, but the 5th season is going to be the last. The series is a heist drama series, and it's about criminals, again, who are like people who don't know each other, who are dragged together into a group and want to commit one of the biggest crimes in history of humanity. This show is not an American show, but it's a Spanish one. And it's also a very exciting show. It's also a very sad show sometimes. And you can think of it like kind of like Ocean's 13, but with much more attention, or the main focus is on the people who are doing what they're doing. It's not about the crime itself. It's also about the crime itself and how it evolves over a whole season. But it's also about the connections of the people to one another and how they are developing. And there is a professor in the series. The Professor is his name, and he is like the main protagonist in this show. And throughout the show, you can see how the crime that they are committing is developing and how the police is dealing with it. And this cat and mouse game between the criminals and the police, it's also very funny sometimes, but most of the times it's just exciting and also sad, but really, really good. And the last show before the break is a funny one again, and this one is called Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. This one is also a Netflix original show, and this is a show that's very much different from everything that I have ever seen. I mean, Community is a very funny show and a very different show, and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is very different too. If I should describe this show, I would say this is a colorful, popcorny, funny, charismatic, and very confusing show that somewhere on the way just went nuts. That's how I would describe this show. The characters are all over the top. Like, if you're looking for seriousness, this show is not for you. This is an over-the-top show, and I do have some tiny little bits of this series so that you can like get some kind of impression of what I'm talking about.
Hey, Kimmy, you want me to be your mirror now?
Nah, I'm good. I can see myself if I move fast enough.
Hey, Red, you're making me wish I was those jeans.
Well, I wish I was your yellow hat.
What?
It's my favorite color.
I don't have to listen to you.
Are you okay, dear?
I am so sick of men like him bossing me around. I have my own opinions. I can do stuff without you.
Redirecting to nearest tampon store.
You shut up! We're going our own way!
Highlighted.
Do you want a water? No, thanks. Okay. A window.
My own window!
And it has this.
We should go out to celebrate. I mean, I got a job today. I got an apartment. I met you.
Envy you. I've never been able to meet me.
I told you, it's really, I don't know how to describe it. It's just poppy and colorful and bright and over the top, and it's just funny if you like this kind of humor. It ran from 2015 to 2019 on Netflix, and it's a comedy show, and it's about Kimmy Schmidt, a girl that was kept in a bunker for years. There was a man telling them, because she was locked up there with other girls too, that the world outside was not there anymore, and that the only chance for them to survive was like being in that bunker. And then one day they get saved. She goes out there to the world, doesn't know anything about it, has to learn everything from the very start. Then she meets all those kind and very funny people and over the top people, and the dialogues are just crazy, and the stories are just out there somewhere. I don't know where they are getting their ideas from. And if you're looking for something when you are stressed and you just want to watch something really stupid that entertains you for a while, just look into it. This is for you then. But a little warning, it could also be too stupid for many people. But for me, it's cool. Okay, so let's get to the first intermission. This one is a special one. This one is for you out there, for all of the Christopher Eccleston fans just like me. And as you can remember, we are so sad about what happened in the last episode. All of us are already missing him, I can imagine. And I am the one who misses him the most out of all of us. Just joking. Well, it inspired me before we go into like the next episodes with the new Doctor to just make a little something to remember our beloved Christopher Eccleston and remember his character for all the times he made us laugh and for all the times he made us cry. This one is for you and for me. Have fun.
Rob.
Do you know, like we were saying about the Earth revolving? It's like when you're a kid. The first time they tell you that the world's turning and you just can't quite believe it because everything looks like it's standing still. I can feel it. The turn of the Earth. The ground beneath our feet is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and the entire planet is hurtling around the sun at 67,000 miles an hour, and I can feel it. We're falling through space, you and me, clinging to the skin of this tiny little world, and if we let go, that's who I am.
Think about it though, Christmas, 1860, happens once, just once, and it's gone, it's finished. It'll never happen again. Except for you. You can go back and see days that are dead and gone, 100,000 sunsets ago. No wonder you never stay still.
Not a bad life?
Better with two.
Seances? Nothing but luminous tambourines and a squeeze box concealed between the knees. This girl knows nothing.
Now, don't antagonize her. I love a happy medium.
I can't believe you just said that.
You don't even remember my name.
Ricky.
It's Mickey.
No, it's Ricky.
I think I know my own name.
You think you know your own name? How stupid are you? Oh, well, now, yes, you see, the thing is, if I was you, if I was going to execute someone by backing him against the wall, between you and me, little word of advice, don't stand him against the lid.
I really wouldn't hold it like that.
Shut it.
Really, though, that's wrong. Was it dangerous? No, it just looks silly.
Now, Rose, you're not going to bring about the end of the world, are you? Are you?
The Lord Mayor says thank you for popping by. She'd love to have a chat, but she's up to her eyes in paperwork. Perhaps if we could make an appointment for next week.
She's climbing out the window, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Jackie, I'm sick of you.
How do you know my name?
I haven't got time
I've never met you in my life.
No, and you never will unless I sort this out. Now, if you don't mind, I've waited a long time to say this. Jackie Tyler, do as I say. Go and check the doors.
Yes, sir.
I should have done that ages ago.
Oh, the doctor's very good at teleports.
I could do this all day.
Exit 3. Mickey Smith, you take exit 4. Have you got that?
Excuse me. Who's in charge?
Sorry, awaiting orders, sir.
Right, here's the plan. Like you said, nice plan. Anything else? Installed in 1991. 3 inches of steel lining every single wall. They'll never get in.
And how do we get out?
Ah. I killed her.
I'm sorry.
I said I'd protect her. She was only here because of me, and you're sorry. I could have killed that Dalek in itself. But you stopped me.
It was the prize of my collection.
Your collection? But was it worth it? Worth all those men's deaths? Worth Rose? Let me tell you something, Van Statten. Mankind goes into space to explore, to be part of something great. You just want to drag the stars down and stick them underground underneath tons of sand and dirt and label them. You're about as far from the stars as you can get. And you took her down with you. She was 19 years old. It's not working. Fantastic! Oh, fantastic! If you can't kill, then what are you good for, Dalek? You're nothing! They're never gonna come! Your race is dead! You all burn, all of you. 10 million ships on fire. The entire Dalek race wiped out in 1 second.
I watched it happen.
I made it happen!
And the coward survived.
Oh, and I caught your little signal. Help me, poor little thing.
But there's no one else coming because there's no one else left.
When the ship crashes, the nanogenes escape. Billions upon billions of them. Ready to fix all the cuts and bruises in the whole world. But what they find first is a dead child. Probably killed earlier that night and wearing a gas mask. What's life? Life's easy. A quirk of matter, nature's way of keeping meat fresh. Nothing to a nanogene. One problem though. These nanogenes, they're not like the ones on your ship. This lot have never seen a human being before. Don't know what a human being's supposed to look like. All they've got to go on is one little body, and there's not a lot left. But they carry right on. They do what they're programmed to do. They patch it up. Can't tell what's gas mask and what's skull, but they do their best. Then off they fly, off they go, work to be done. Because you see, now they think they know what people should look like, and it's time to fix all the rest. And they won't ever stop. They won't ever, ever stop. The entire human race is going to be torn down and rebuilt in the form of one terrified child looking for its mother, and nothing in the world can stop it. And everybody lives, Rose. Everybody lives. I need more days like this.
Doctor.
Go on, ask me anything. I'm on fire! I can dance. I can dance. I'm absolutely certain. But who wins?
yourself, Doctor. What are you, coward or killer?
Coward. Any day. That's what I see. All the time. And doesn't it drive you mad?
My head
Come here.
is killing me.
I think you need a doctor.
I might never make sense again. I might have two heads, or no head. Imagine me with no head. And don't say that's an improvement. But it's a bit dodgy, this process. You never know what you're going to end up with. I absorbed all the energy, the time vortex, and no one's meant to do that. Every cell in my body's dying. Time Lords have this little trick. It's sort of a way of cheating death. Except it means I'm going to change. And I'm not going to see you again. Not like this. Not with this daft old face. And before I go...
Don't say that.
Rose, before I go, I just want to tell you, you were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And you know what? So was I.
Okay, here we are back again. This is the second part. I hope you had much fun with our Christopher Eccleston memorial. I will miss him forever, unless he comes back. I don't know that yet. But until he comes back, if he comes back, we are pretending he maybe doesn't ever come back, and we are going to miss him. Okay. Let's get back to our special. The next show is the first one of which I don't think that many of you do know this show, because I haven't heard much of it in media or on social media or anywhere. And I have found this as a coincidence while I was scrolling through Amazon Prime, and then there it was, and I was hooked on the title already and on the thumbnail, so I gave it a try, and it was one of the best shows that I have ever watched. Unfortunately, there is only one season as of now. It started in 2020, so the next season will be, I don't know, 2021 is quite over, so maybe next year. I guess maybe because of the current situation, they weren't actually able to get into the second season, and I hope there will be a second season. But even if there won't be one, even the first season is really good, and you should watch it if you are a nerd like me. If you are into computer stuff, if you are into technology, and if you do like comedy and funny things, not as like over the top as like Community or Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, a normal comedy, but a really, really good one. And the story is kind of like this. I can't tell you very much, just want to teaser a little bit so that you know if maybe this show is something for you or not. It's about the technology that gets created in the future of when people die. They are able to upload their personality, their memories, like everything that makes you into a virtual reality. They upload your soul into this virtual reality, and you can like live in a virtual reality for the like forever, because for the rest of your life, I wanted to say, but this is not happening, right? Because you're already dead. And what makes this show interesting is the perspective that they do have for this kind of technology, because this is not the only thing that they do invent. There are also like things that you cannot even imagine. And it's also about showing the good and the bad sides of those things. But the crazy thing about the show is just that they are so creative with what they're doing with the invention. When I was watching the show, I was sitting in front of the computer like this most of the time, like it was just so cool. And I really don't know, I can't imagine a reason why this show is not known out there in the world. I don't know if this is only Germany, but I didn't even see it in English YouTube channels. But you should see it. If you are into computers, into technology, you should see this show. It's really good. Also couldn't show you many pictures for this show, because like everything would be a spoiler. Like 90% of what you see in the show is this virtual reality. I mean, you see the normal reality too, but I couldn't show you any picture where you don't see anything that got invented, so sorry for that. The next show is one that I don't really have to say much about. All of you either know the show and have seen it already, or you know the show and you don't want to see because it's nothing for you. But I do like it, so it's on the list. It's Desperate Housewives. It ran from 2004 to 2012. It's actually available on Amazon at the moment, and it's a dramedy show. There are so many funny things that happens. I mean, it's about a neighborhood in America. Like every family has its own home and they're all living in the street in the Wisteria Lane. And first impression, you could think that all of those are like normal housewives with their husbands and their kids living their lives. But the show's not called The Happy Housewives, but The Desperate Housewives, because there is also stuff happening that you couldn't even imagine when you go into a neighborhood like that, like criminal stuff or like really dark stuff, and also like normal life stuff that could happen in every neighborhood. And this is like a mixture of sometimes happy, sometimes sad, drama, and the show has it all. It's old, but it's really good, and it kept me entertained for several seasons, and I can recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it already. Okay, and the next show on my list is another Netflix show, and this one is a British show, the first British show, I guess, on the list, and it's called Afterlife. This show is not for everyone, I can tell you that. This show is a black comedy dramedy show, and the black is really a main topic. If you don't like black humor or people talking about death, making fun of it, or being sarcastic about it, then you shouldn't watch the show. But if you are into this kind of stuff, this show is very unique on the market. I mean, I have not seen that kind of topics in the TV world like ever. At least I don't remember anything like it. It's dark, morbid, sarcastic, but very, if you are into dark humor, very funny TV show. Maybe you do know the main actor. Its name is Ricky Gervais. I hope I pronounced this right. Gervais, I don't know. He's a British comedian, and he plays a character in that show whose wife died a short time ago, and he's like, he doesn't know how to continue with his own life from that point on because he's alone, has nobody, and he doesn't know what to do. So he's not the happiest person. And that reflects in his behavior with other people, and he's really angry all the time, and he just likes to hurt other people, and he's in between the character that he was before, like the handsome and kind guy that he was when his wife was still alive, and the really sad and angry person that he is now, who's sarcastic and making fun of other people and having this black, really dark humor. And he has some good friends, or at least people who still want to hang with him, and they are always trying to get him out of his misery and making his life a little bit better. But he doesn't want to, he just wants to stay in there and be sad all the time. It doesn't sound like an entertaining series, and it isn't if you aren't into this kind of humor, I can tell you that. But if you are, you should definitely give it a try. It's on Netflix. You can watch it free. And the next show that I want to talk about before the second break is also a show that many of you don't know yet. I'm very sure of that. It's also a show on Netflix, but it's a show that's not really known. At least I haven't heard of anybody else talking about the show, mentioning the show. It's not out there, but it's such a great one that I really want to tell you about it. I like it very much. It's a Russian show, and the title is called Von Gotzero. And I really think I butchered this name, but I don't know how to pronounce it either. And this one is on Netflix since 2019. And it's a thriller drama series. And it's about zombie people. It takes place in Russia. It's cold all the time. And this is what kind of makes this show special, because we already have seen so many zombie series in the last, I don't know how many years. And there are some good shows and there are many not so good ones. But this one is one of the better ones. One reason for that is because it takes place in Russia, and it's always cold there, and it's snowing all the time, and there is just ice and snow everywhere that you go and look. But on the other hand, it's a really serious show. There is no humor in it. It's just people trying to survive, and other people being dead already trying to kill the still living humans, as zombies do. There is a virus that kills people, turns them into zombie kinda creatures, and there is this one group of survivors who just try to get to a safe place. And like in The Walking Dead, not only the zombies are their problem, but also the humans, the other humans that are trying to survive. And what's really special about this series is we have never seen how this would look in a territory. We're just existing in the territory even without the zombies. It's hard enough, because just being out there, if you are forced to go outside, is deadly enough already. Because it's really freezing cold. And then imagine you have to find food when nothing grows. And you have to get away from zombies when your car just freezes from 1 minute to another. And you have to think about different things that you wouldn't have to think of if you were like in America, Europe, or somewhere else. So this is really special. It's colder, it feels harder, more serious, and really, really good for zombie fans and for people who like this serious kind of shows. This one is for you. And please watch it. This is my recommendation. Watch it in the original language with subtitles, because the dubbed version isn't, it rips you out of this atmosphere and out of this world. This is not good. I watched it with subtitles and it was really good. So this is the second part of our 3-parter. This is the second intermission. And now I do have something very special again for the Doctor Who fans. All of the other people can skip to the next part. But for you Doctor fans, I do have something very special. Hello and welcome to the intermission. This is the part in our special today where we are going to have just a little bit of our beloved Doctor Who cannot be missing even in a special episode like this. I don't know anything about this special yet. I don't know whether this is an episode like a normal episode of the Doctor Who universe, just a little bit shorter than usual, or if this is some kind of special episode or retrospective to the first season series. I don't know anything about this, but I'm curious and I want to find out. So I'm going to watch this together with you today. Grab yourself something to eat and to drink, cuddle up in your sofa pillows, and we are going to start right now. There he is!
Every single atom of your existence, and I divide them.
Oh, they kissed! I totally forgot that.
Tell me what's going
Oh
on.
no, please not again. I'm not crying.
To do that.
I'm not crying.
Time Lords have this little trick. It's sort of a way of cheating death. Except it means I'm gonna change.
Oh. That's the worst thing that ever happened to me on Doctor Who.
Hello. Okay.
Great, we're starting right at this point. Okay. Yeah. David Tennant. Hello, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. Oh, Christopher, where have you gone? What are you doing to me? Okay.
6 p.m. Two arms, 2 hands. Slight weakness in the dorsal tubercle. Hair! I'm not bald. Ooh, big hair. Sideburns. I've got sideburns. Oh, really bad skin.
Who are you?
I'm the doctor.
No.
Where is he? Where's the doctor? What have you done to him?
You saw me. I changed. Right in front of you.
You're not fooling me. I've seen all sorts of things. Nanogenes. Gelf. Slivine. Oh my god, are you Slivine?
I'm not a Slovene. I was dying. To save my own life, I changed my body. Every single cell, but still me.
You can't be.
Then how can I
I'm
avoid
right there
this?
with you.
Very first word I ever said to you. Trapped in that cellar. Surrounded by shop window dummies. Ooh. Such a long time ago. I took your hand. I said one word. Just one word, I said. Run.
Yeah. I watched that just last week.
Hello. Remember hopping for your life? Yeah? Hop. Were there?
Oh my god, those emotions!
Can you change back?
Do you want me to? Let's say 24th of December. Consider it a Christmas present.
Christmas! Oh, she's got the same emotions than I did when I watched the last episode. She's so confused and sad and everything.
I'm going home.
But I have to say,
Back to your mum?
I kind of like
Still
him
waiting?
already.
Fish and chips, sausage and...
No, it wasn't.
You smiled.
No, I didn't.
Oh, come on. All I did was change. I didn't...
What?
I said I didn't... Uh-oh.
Oh no, please don't change again. I mean, if you change back to Christopher, it's okay. But not to a third person, please, I beg.
Let's go and find Captain Jack. He'd know what to do.
He's busy. He's got plenty to do rebuilding the Earth.
But you also could go back to Captain Jack. That'll be a good idea too. What is happening? God, you can't do this to me. My heart is racing right now. What the hell's going on?
Christmas Eve.
What? A second intro? Oh! Oh! Okay. Oh! Here I am. And here's a picture of me too. Wow, cool. Okay. So, wow, that was over so fast. I didn't even realize. I mean, I just thought that, I'm sorry, I just threw my headphones on the sofa. I thought there was going to be a second intro and that this will continue, that there are some kind of like parts and every part separates from the other part when an intro is playing, but obviously that's not the case. So okay, well, so that's the mini episode. Oh, that was so cool, and it teased me for the second season. I mean, I suppose this is what it's supposed to do to you, teasing you for the second season, but and the Christmas episode, I want to watch them right now. Oh god, but I can't today. Oh, damn it. Let's talk about the episode. It wasn't that long, and I hope I can leave some parts of them in YouTube, I hope, since the video is already on YouTube. But you never know. About the episode, we started right at the point where we have left off in the last episode, when the Doctor changed from an olderish, very attractive, very funny and very happy Doctor to a newer, obviously younger, longer haired, still happy and overreacting, still kinda attractive looking Doctor. What a sentence. Oh god. All jokes aside, I know after the last episode this seems kind of early. After all that crying, shouting, being angry, being disappointed and everything, to, oh well, I really like this Doctor, this new, younger Doctor. And yeah, what can I say? I do like him. I mean, what really, really helps with this opinion is the fact that he seems to be, and this new actor is playing very well for now, for this 5 minutes that we have seen. He is still the Doctor. He is still the same character, and you can already feel it, even when he didn't like have so much screen time for now. But he behaves exactly the same, the stuff he says, and I think they have picked a very good actor for this role after Christopher. Not only does he look like a younger version of Christopher with more hair. But he kind of really looks like him. But he also behaves like him. And that's really cool. I mean, I don't know if he will have the same strength when it comes to playing different emotions. When he's sad or angry, we didn't see that. But we have seen the happy. And it feels similar. And you get that doctor vibe from him. I think that's the most important thing about a new actor. He's got the same charm. And the one thing he was saying when he told Rose, if I wasn't a doctor, how would I know what my first words to you were when I met you in the cellar? Or the first word. And that kind of helped Rose, and it helped me to like connect those two bodies to that character that we do love. And I know this sounds dumb because it obviously is, but when I look at him, I see the doctor, I see the actor that we have seen throughout the first series in a younger version. So they achieved their goal with me, with this actor, for now. Well, long story short, this actor's doing a great job for now. From all what I have seen in this 5 minutes, I really get to like him. And I really look forward to seeing a whole episode with him in it. I mean, all that, you know, what I loved about the Christopher Doctor, all these expressions in his face when he's happy and he makes you smile when he smiles and all that stuff, and his dancing around and his enthusiasm, it's just similar. I don't know, I just feel Christopher when I watch him. I have already forgotten the name. I'm sorry, but it just gives me the same vibes. And that's great. I mean, it's not great. It would have been great if Christopher stayed, but since he's gone, I am okay with this change. Since he had to change. It took me 1.5 weeks and a 5-minute video or 7-minute video to get okay with it. But I guess I'm kind of there, and or at least I'm getting there, and I think we can continue with our story from this point on. There is one thing that came to my mind though, because we have seen the recap, and when the doctor kissed Rose, I thought, was that a real kiss? I mean, does he really love her? Or was that just because he knew that, like, he kind of had to go, and that's why he did that? Or, like, that it was the situation's fault that he did that? But if he really loves her, and now he is even younger, I mean, from the looks, the chance of them being together or getting together, I think is even bigger now. I mean, they could have been together either way. I mean, she is pretty young. She's like 20 something. I suppose she's like 23, 24. He's like 40 something. Would have been double the size. So I don't know. But now he looks like he is kind of 25, 26 or something. So they are closer from their age. Not from their age, but from the way he's looking. And maybe that means that they will get together in the near future. I don't know. That was just a thought that came to my mind. Yeah, well, apart from that, we didn't get much story. It was just a short look into the new identity of the Doctor. And it was meant to tease the Christmas episode, so there is not much to talk about for now. And I hope you will like the third and last part of my special today. Have fun, enjoy, I'm gone, till next week, bye! So hi, back again. This is the third and final part of our video today, and those next shows are the favorite ones of mine. I love them. I really love them. And all of them I have seen more than one time. Many of them I have seen like, I don't know, 50, 100 times. I can't even count. I love them so much. And that's why they are in this third and final list. Also from this part on, there is no special order. You could mix all of those like shows up in any order that you want. Those are just my favorite ones, and I do them one by one. First one is a show that many of you don't know, but many of you should watch. Believe me, I know that because this show is for you. Really, trust me. I can't say anymore, otherwise I would spoil very much about the show. The show I'm talking about is called Dark, and it's on Netflix, and it's a German show. It ran from 2017 to 2020 and had 3 seasons, or has 3 seasons. It has an IMDb rating of 8.8, like the whole show in one. And before you start Googling anything, put away your mouse right now, because this show is a show that you have to go into it not knowing a single damn thing, a part of the things that I will tell you in this video, but a part of that, not a single thing. Don't Google it, don't look it up, don't watch any trailers, don't watch anything. High spoiler alert for this show. And I mean what I say. Okay, that said, let's just tell you itsy bitsy parts that don't spoil anything about the show. As I already said, it's German, and as with the Russian show that I have talked about before the second break, it's best if you watch the show with the original language, which would be German, and then with subtitles turned on, because a dubbed version, and this is not coming from me, but this is coming from all of the people that have already seen the show and tried to watch it in English, also other reactors on YouTube. They hated the dubbed version. And they did that for a reason, because it's so bad. It's really bad. Just don't do it. Watch it with subtitles. The story itself takes place in a town, in a little German town called Winden. And the story starts with the disappearing of a child. And that's what I can tell you about it, or about the story, without spoiling. Believe me, it's like that. The show itself has a very dark, like the title already says, but atmospheric, cold, secret, mysterious kind of feeling. It's really good. And it has that German feeling too. I mean, not in terms of the camera quality, but in terms of the costumes, in terms of the houses that you see, the surroundings, and in terms of how the people behave. It just feels German. I can tell you that because I'm German. So the genre is science fiction, mystery, thriller, and I can tell you that you will have to watch the first 3 episodes at least to get into the story itself, because there is more to the story than you think in the beginning. And that's also the point why I can tell you anything about this. It's a very big mystery. and it builds up from episode to episode. It's also a very, and please take me serious when I tell you that, because it sounds kind of stupid, but it actually is the truth. It's the most intelligent TV show, and I haven't seen The Wired, I have to tell you that, but the most intelligent TV show that I have ever seen in my whole life. The story starts somewhere here, gets bigger from episode to episode, and somewhere on the way your head will explode. Can promise you that. Somewhere on the way you will have to start taking notes to keep up with what you're seeing, and I'm pretty serious with that. There is also help on the internet. The problem is, this helped the people who saw the show when it originally aired, because there were no spoilers for the second and the third season when they were starting to get confused in the first one. But now you just have to be careful, so if you want to look up stuff for the first season only, you will have to write season 1, and even then I don't know if there will be any spoilers, so please beware of that and try to make your own notes while watching the show. And this is also something that you have to be aware of. You cannot watch this show while doing something else. If you blink one time, you will have missed so much stuff. Not in the beginning, but when you get into the episodes and the story starts to evolve. Don't blink, don't look away, don't eat or drink. No, I'm just kidding. But just pay attention to what's happening, because if you miss like 5 minutes of an episode, this could mean that you don't understand what's going to happen in the next 3 episodes. I'm serious. And this is really all that I can tell you about this show. Just if you want to watch something special, something intelligent, something challenging for your brains, then watch this show. It's really good. And the next one on the list of the best series that I have ever watched in my whole life is called Black Mirror. And I'm sure many of you do know this one. This one's really famous, and I mean, like, everybody must have heard about it, I guess. It's also on Netflix, has 5 seasons, ran from 2011 to 2019. It's an anthology series, which means that you can watch the episodes in any order that you would like. They are not connected to each other. There's an overall theme, but the episodes itself are not connected. There's just one in the last season called Black Museum. This one should be watched in the order, meaning in the last season. But all of the others are just like, I mean, they do sometimes reference certain things from one episode to the other, but it's not really important. If you watch this one first or this one, you will get the reference when you get to it. Every story or every episode was written by someone else. So this means not only are there separate stories, but the stories are also very different from each other. The one could be a comedy one. Next one could be the saddest thing that you have ever seen on television. And everything that brings all of those episodes together is the overall theme. And that is technology and media. Those 2 topics will be found in every single episode. Hence the title, because Black Mirror, if you didn't already know, means the mirror that you're looking into when your device is turned off. Whether it's a cell phone, a television screen, a computer screen, or anything. That is the Black Mirror staring back at you. Most of the episodes are darkly themed and dystopian. Like I just said, they are very mixed up and very different one from another, but there are many, many sad episodes and also very extreme ones once in a while. And I'm very serious. I would recommend you, if you do want, you can do that. Watch the first episode as the first episode. But I wouldn't really recommend this because the first one is so disturbing that maybe one or the other viewer is going to be like, what the is this? I'm not going to watch that. That's so gross. No, you can keep that. Thank you. But you really should continue watching this show because, like I said, if you don't like one episode, it's not that bad because the other episodes will have nothing to do with it and are totally new episodes. And every single one of them is a treasure for itself. So I strongly recommend you to look into this series if you are into technology, if you are into nerdy stuff, computer or anything like that, dystopic stuff, and if you do like good storytelling and fantasy, science fiction, thriller like series. Our next series is going to be something funny again, because we've had enough of all the sad stuff already. This one is a really funny one. And I have seen every single episode like, I don't know, 50 times or I don't even know. I haven't counted them. But I love this show so much from the bottom of my heart. Don't be afraid of the title. Before I say the title, don't be afraid of it. I know how it sounds, but it just sounds like that. It's not what its intent is in the end. Series is called Gilmore Girls. I'm sure many of you, especially the women watching this video, will know what I'm talking about. But I guess many men with this title will be like, Gilmore Girls, okay, well, no thank you. And I do understand that, because when I have heard the title, I'm not a love story kind of person. I really do not like this genre. I'd rather watch a good horror movie than one love story. And if you hear the title Gilmore Girls, maybe you would assume that it's just like, I don't know, some kind of boring love show. I don't know what you assume of the title. That's what I assumed when I first heard it. And I'm glad that I gave it a try, and it really surprised me. Okay, here's the deal. It ran from 2000 to 2007, and then again in 2016 got 4 movies because of the fans wanting the series back. That's how many people just are committed to this one. The series itself is a dramedy because most of the time it's comedy. I would say like 80% of it, but there is also some seriousness in it from time to time. But overall, it's just a comedy series. And you don't have to think about much. You just enjoy. Cuddle up in your cushions or your blanket or something and just enjoy. It's about a little town called Stars Hollow. Stars Hollow is in Connecticut. And there are 2 women living there. One is called Lorelai Gilmore, and she is the mom of Rory Gilmore. And those 2 are living in Stars Hollow. Apart from that, we also have Lorelai's grandparents, who are very rich, other than Lorelai and Rory. And the show itself is about the life of those 2, of Rory and Lorelai. I know, this sounds boring in the beginning, but the interesting thing about this show and the strength is, for one, the humor, which is so fun. It's really funny. And the dialogues and the speed of the dialogues. Because this is the TV show with the fastest dialogues there are. And Amy Sherman Palladino, the showrunner, once told that in a normal TV show, for one episode, you do have like 40 to 50 pages of text that you have to fit into the time of an episode. 40 to 50. On Gilmore Girls, every single episode had 75 to 80 pages. Like 40 to 50, 75 to 80. Like double the text that you do have in a normal series. And that shows. Amy once told the audience in an interview that when they had a certain scene and they needed to fit this into like 2 minutes, and in the end it was 2 minutes and 30 seconds, another showrunner would normally have cut out certain parts to cut it into those 2 minutes. But she didn't do that on purpose. But she told those cast members to just speed up the dialogue so that they would say the same stuff, but not in 2 minutes and 30, but in 2 minutes. And that shows in this show, which is so, so funny, because not only you do have the funny humor, but you also get it in like a speed that you're not used to, which makes it even more funnier. And it's just great. It's just great. And I do have a few scenes where you can see how fast the dialogues are and where you can get a little insight into the show.
I don't have any clean clothes.
7:15.
All my nice things were dirty.
It's 7:16.
Oh my God, I was gonna wear my blue suit with the flippy skirt. I look so great in the flippy skirt.
It's 7:17.
Okay, you know what, time lady? Why don't you go downstairs and warm up the car? That would be really super. Thank you.
Just hurry.
Sucks. Sucks. This sucks.
It's 7:18.
Oh, for the love of God! This is the last time I buy anything just because it's furry. Look, it's only 10. How nice.
There's no coffee.
That's not funny.
I can give you herbal tea.
This is not an herbal tea morning. This is a coffee morning.
Every morning for you is a coffee morning.
This is a jumbo coffee morning. I need coffee and an IV.
I can give you tea and a balance bar.
Please, please, please tell me you're kidding.
I'm kidding.
You're sick.
Yep.
You're a sadist. You're a fiend. You're pretty.
We're here to go.
To go, please.
Can I help you?
God, I wish. What on earth? You're not buying us a DSL.
Lorelei, this is hardly the place.
I canceled the order, and it's not happening.
But Rory needs the internet for her school.
We have the internet.
Well, this is faster.
Well, we like our internet slow, okay? We can turn it on, walk around, do a little dance, make a sandwich. With DSL, there's no dancing, no walking, and we'd starve. It'd be all work and no play. Have you not seen The Shining, Mom?
What on earth are you talking about?
Woo!
Sorry, I guess my pod's defective.
Hey, my mom's not wearing any underwear. Well, you aren't.
You're just being selfish, Luke.
Still, I don't notice. Can't take it anymore.
We're talking about the spirit of fall.
What kind of muffin do you want?
Blueberry.
You know where you can stick the spirit of fall? Here, don't use your hands.
I don't think you're taking me seriously.
What gave you that idea? No tip?
Oh, yeah, here's a tip. Serve your customers.
Here's another. Don't sit on any cold benches.
Where'd you get the cat?
A lady had a bunch of them at the grocery store, and Kirk seemed to take an instant liking to me.
Kirk?
Yes?
No, I mean, the cat's name is Kirk?
Yep.
Weird coincidence, or...
I named him Kirk.
Isn't that confusing?
Not when you think about it.
No, it's still confusing.
I like the name, and whenever I call Kirk's name, I obviously won't be calling myself.
True.
Although when my mom calls for Kirk, that may be confusing. Maybe I can get her to say Cat Kirk when she's calling Kirk, and Human Kirk when she's calling me.
That would keep it straight.
I'm glad I ran into you. See ya.
See ya, Human Kirk.
I just love it. I just love it. Now we get into the next show, which is also a comedy show. And the description says it's a sitcom mockumentary. And I am really sure that many of you already do know this one. It's called Modern Family. It ran from 2009 to 2020. It ended last year, unfortunately, because I could have watched another like 20 seasons of it. It's so good. It's about a family that has like 3 big parts. And as you can see in this picture, it's a big family. It has like one part where there's like, you would say, a traditional family, father, mother, kids, 3 of them, like the traditional type. Then there is the second part, which is an older, very rich man with a much, much younger and really beautiful king woman at his side and her son. And then there is the third side, which is a gay couple. And all of them are one big family. And in the show, you can see how their lives like go on. It's like normal life situations, but shown in a very funny way. And the dialogues are really, really cool. I do have some examples of that too. With this one, there is something special. It's the mockumentary style. Because not only do you see how they live their lives, certain situations, and what they experience throughout, but you also see them sometimes like sitting on a sofa, talking straight into the camera, because the actors are pretending to talk to a camera team, which documents everything that they are experiencing. And this makes the show very different from other shows, because they are using this mockumentary style to give the show kind of a really fresh look, and they play with this 4th dimensional wall thing. And this is really, really cool. Like sometimes you can see a funny scene, and you can just, in other shows, you could just imagine what this one character is thinking right now. But in Modern Family, you not only imagine what they are thinking in this situation. There's a cut in the scene, you see them sitting on the sofa, and they're like talking like, yeah, when she said that and that and that, I was thinking this and this and this. In a more funny way than I do it right now. But this supports the normal plot and gives it this kind of fresh feeling to it. Also, the characters are very lovable. The dialogues are so great. It's just a feel-good show. You can just sit on your sofa, put it on TV, cuddle up, and enjoy. It's a really great show. And there's a reason for that show being on air for 11 years, because it's really good.
I'm the cool dad. That's my thing. I'm hip. I surf the web. I text, LOL, laugh out loud, OMG, oh my God, WTF, why the face?
Can people change? Well, that is a tough one, but I would say yes. People can change. That's what I believe, anyway. And I will till the day I die.
You do realize you're proving the exact opposite of your point.
See, she's changed. She used to be very supportive of me.
I can't tell him because he gets incredibly sensitive about even the tiniest comment concerning his physique.
Hey, I think I'm gonna take this spin class tomorrow morning.
Oh, sure.
Oh, I get it. Message received.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, last but not least, we are arriving at the very best series of all time for me. And I think many of you already know what this show might be, because I have talked about it several times. I have talked about it so much that I ended up cutting it out in the editing process afterwards, because I didn't want to talk about this all the time. But now there's a time and place for this. And the favorite series of mine, you already know it, it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. God, I love this show. For all of you who don't know the show yet, just some little details about it. It ran from 1997 to 2003. About the genre, this is not very easy. I took this from Wikipedia as like for all of the other shows, But with this one, it says genre, drama, fantasy, horror, comedy, mystery, action, science fiction. Well, this is not a show that you can put into one or two genres. This has it all. And that's why I love it so much. The show itself is really special because, I mean, it started in 1997. It did so many things that no other TV show has done before in terms of genres or in terms of special features that I can talk about because I don't want to spoil anything yet. But it was a role model for many other TV shows that we are watching until today. And the other special thing about this show is that it features, and this is my opinion, but not only mine, also the opinion of many other people who have seen this show. It features the very best episode of all television I have ever watched. I know this sounds like an overreaction, but that's the truth. There is one episode, don't Google it, please don't Google it. You will find it, but don't Google it. It's the biggest spoiler that you can get. But this episode is the best that I have ever watched in any television series ever. Done. But as I said, don't Google it. Don't Google anything about the show, but especially don't Google that, because this is the biggest spoiler in the show ever, and you would ruin many, many seasons for yourself. And for those of you who have already seen the show, you know what episode I mean. Please don't spoil anything down there in the comments, because I want to watch Doctor Who without reading any spoilers. I want to have the whole adventure for myself. And I want the people who get into Buffy because of this video to have the same experience. If you say anything about which season, which episode, name of the episode, or what happens in it, or anything like that, we will have to cancel the whole comment. So please don't do that, okay? Thank you. But back to Buffy. Buffy is a girl. She's 16-year-old when the series starts, and she moves to Sunnydale together with her mom, and she goes to the new high school, Sunnydale High, and wants to have a normal life, just ordinary like all of the other people. But something gets in her way. She is the chosen one. She already knew that before she moved there, but she kind of thought when she moved that she would somehow get out of this mysteriously. There are vampires, there are many of them. I mean, the show is called Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But there is also a little confusion because many people think that the show is only about vampires, and that's totally wrong. Because vampires, I mean, they are there throughout the whole show, and sometimes they play a main role too. But most of the time, there are not vampires there who are the big or smaller bads. But there is a lot of variety regarding the monsters in this show. But getting into this would be a spoiler. For those of you who want to start the show, just a fair warning. The first season is, well, it's hard to get through it. It was 1997. Camera quality was bad. Dialogues were cheesy. Stuff that happens, cheesy. CGI all over the place. There was no money at all for the show in the start. But this is only the first season. It's 11 episodes and you can get through it. I mean, it's not that bad, but you can like compare it to Doctor Who the first episodes of the show. I mean, it's not all cheesy, but sometimes there's just like this bit of cheesiness that you have to overlook. Then the second season, already better. Still, there are some episodes, like season 1 episodes, where you think like, oh, okay, again. But just some. I mean, there's 22 episodes, and out of them there are like, I don't know, 4 episodes which are not that good. And then there is season 3, which is, it's good. It's really good. And then it just gets better. It just gets better. Season 4, season 5, season 6, and season 7 are exceptional. Okay, so that's it. These are my favorite TV shows. Hopefully there were some things where you can see yourself starting a new series that you maybe could enjoy. I hope, because this was the intention of the video, that you could maybe find something new for yourself if you like TV shows like I do. And if you did, well, congratulations. If you didn't, it's not that bad, but at least you were entertained with this video, right? Okay, this was my very first and very long special. As I am watching my recording tool, it says 1 hour and 45 minutes. Well, congratulations me. Yay! Maybe I have to cut this in 2 parts because it's way too long. And this is only the recording, which means me talking. The intermissions are not even in there yet. Okay, I cannot upload a 2.5 hours long video. You guys will think I'm crazy. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had some fun at least watching this very long video. Next week there will be another special because there will be the Christmas episode of Doctor Who. I'm already looking forward to it. Once again, I want to say thank you very much for all that you have done for me, for this little community that we have built, or it's not so little anymore, and for all of your comments, your interactions, and everything that you do. Is so much fun for me to read and to respond and everything, and I just love it. I just love to read what you are thinking about the show and to talk to you. So I hope we can continue like that in the future. Thank you so much. I wish you a very, very good rest of the weekend. Until next week. Bye.